You sit down to start working on a project, an important paper you need to write, or you have been meaning to read a book you got a long time ago. You have all the motivation to get started and you dive in fully pumped. But something happens 10-15 minutes into the activity and you start to lose steam. Still staring at a blank screen? Or have read every other line of the book twice and you are still on the very first page? Frustrating, right? Yeah, so before you start blaming yourself and get comfortable with self deprecation, I'm going to stop you right here. Let me be the one to tell you that it's okay. We have all been there. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you a lecture on why this happens or how social media and your dopamine levels are dictating your life at this point. Nah. I am just going to give you 5 actionable, time tested, and proven methods to build your focus from ground up. Let's jump right into it. See, concentration comes from controlling our attention. So, the first step has to be bringing our attention back to ourselves as opposed to around us, with someone else, or hovering somewhere across the universe. And to help you do just that, you have to start with breath work with an easy exercise called box breathing. This method is a very powerful stress reliever. It calms the mind and the body, and in turn, it gives us sustained levels of focused concentration or concentrated focus. I want you to do this exercise with me. I hope you're sitting in a comfortable position. Step 1, exhale for 4 seconds. Basically, empty your lungs completely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 2, slowly inhale for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 3, hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 4, exhale fully and slowly for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 5, hold again for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does it feel? Now you have to do this exercise 4 times and you will surely feel the difference. Tip number 2, reduce multitasking. While juggling between a lot of tasks and getting a lot done in a small space of time may feel productive, but it is not sustainable at all. I think deep down all of us know this. Yet we have a habit of cramming things at the last minute. We're just too good at it. But multitasking is the enemy of good quality work. It impacts our focus and leads to burnout, which will inevitably lower or kill our productivity. So, what you can do instead is before starting your work, list down all the tasks that you need to get done. Then take out 2 most urgent tasks from the list and break them down into smaller chunks. So, in this way, your concentration will not waver when you actually start working, as you will always know what to do next, as opposed to frantically trying to figure out everything as you go. Tip number 3, the Pomodoro Technique. So, now that you have determined your tasks and made your to dos, you need to set a timer. And I would recommend you to start small if this is the first time you are hearing about the Pomodoro method. It is very simple. All you have to do is set a timer for 25 minutes, in which you will only get to do one task from the list of tasks that you have assigned for yourself for the day. Everything else on your mind or happening in the world can wait just for 25 minutes. And after your focus session, you set another timer for 5 minutes as a break. I generally use my breaks to leave my desk and stretch my legs a little, do some hula hoops, or make some coffee, or talk to somebody, or literally do anything I want. The idea is to completely switch to a different activity. Not thinking about the work and moving your body gives the brain time to recharge and relax a little. But once the timer goes off, you have to once again get back to your 25-minute focus sessions and carry on with your work. Just keep repeating the process till all your tasks are over. This is a very powerful method used by students, executives, and high performing people all over the world to stay productive. Also, a pro tip, you can increase the length of your sessions as you notice your concentration getting better with time. Tip number 4, train your brain. This is also known as cognitive training. There is ample research evidence that point towards the ability of brain training activities in enhancing mental capabilities. So, like concentration, memory, and sharpening problem solving skills. So, making time in your days to play some games like Sudoku, chess, puzzles, and even brain stimulating video games for that matter might actually be very beneficial for you. What a time to be alive! Remember when we used to get yelled at for playing video games? Tip number 5, environmental triggers. So, this one has a lot to do with your workspace. If you eat, play, procrastinate, and do literally everything else in your workspace, then you are essentially taking away the sanctity of your place of work and sending your brain all kinds of mixed signals. Our brains are very good at creating associations. So, like when you go to work, you behave in a certain way, you actively monitor your actions to match with the decorum that you have to maintain there. Actively alter your behavior accordingly. And when you come home, you act and feel differently. And same goes for other places that you go to. So assign different places in your room or around the house to do different kinds of tasks. Basically, create clear separations. For example, use the bed or the couch to sleep or nap in. Have a separate eating space, and likewise, your workspace should only be used for creative, educational, or work related tasks so that every time you sit at your desk, your brain automatically goes into productivity mode without having to wonder, is my human going to eat here or binge watch YouTube or study? Doing this would drastically bring down your resistance and you will be able to focus better. I guess the conclusion of the video is also like a bonus tip. I do not like saying the word tip, which is practice makes perfect. So, concentration and focus are abilities that are honed over time with consistency and discipline. Just practice these activities that I've told you about, and right from the start, you will be able to notice some changes in your abilities. Please don't shy away from putting in the effort. I promise you that it will be worth it. Oh, and also don't forget to like this video, and while you are at it, comment down below any techniques that you personally use to stay focused. I would love to try it out, and I also might include it in my next video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.